Joining me now, a man who survived Hurricane Katrina. From New Orleans, Louisiana, chief political analyst at BennyTheJokeman.com, Ben Walsh. Ben, let's go back to the Big Apple. We have to, because I want to talk about this. Apparently, school children in the Big Apple will now be celebrating two Muslim holidays?
Yes, two Muslim holidays in the New York City public schools. They are the Festival of Sacrifice and, of course, Barack Obama's birthday. But, yeah, a day off is a day off. But according to the New York Times, ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is taking steps to ensure the group's survival. And, of course, so is President Obama. Speak of the devil, the president is in Kenya, which is one of the most corrupt countries in the world. So he should feel right at home, huh?
Good point.
But this is serious. Kenya is in the grip of a food crisis. In fact, experts believe that some Kenyan children are actually hungry enough to eat Michelle Obama's school lunches.
That's pretty hungry.
They must be starving.
Yeah.
And earlier this week, GL, the president made his final appearance on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart. You know, the world may be on fire, but at least the president is having a good time.
Yeah, and he's having a good time lying about the IRS scandal while he was on that program. Now, speaking of scandal, Hillary Clinton. I understand that Chris Christie, the governor of New Jersey, is taking a lot of swipes at Hillary Clinton right now.
Yeah, he's going directly after her. And think about this, Graham. If Christie faces Hillary in the general election, no matter who wins, the White House will need a bigger bathtub. Hey, it's true. But according to a new poll, only 39% of Americans think that Hillary Clinton is trustworthy. And Hillary is thanking these 39% for their gullibility. Now, you may not know this. A lot of people don't know this, but in 1990, the National Rifle Association supported Bernie Sanders for Congress. Now, it would be inaccurate to call Bernie Sanders a gun nut. He's just a nut.
Yeah, I think that's a lot more accurate.
Yeah, speaking of nuts, a former Maryland Governor Martin O'Malley has apologized for saying all lives matter. In a related story, O'Malley's campaign doesn't matter. Hold on, I've got more.
I know you do.
Former Virginia Senator Jim Webb is running for the Democratic nomination, but he's off to a slow start. In fact, polls show him trailing Bill Cosby.
Well, then, he's got lots of room for improvement. Now, on the Republican side, there are now, count them, 16 candidates for president.
That's right, GL. There are 16 candidates, which means Senator Lindsey Graham now has more opponents than supporters. Yeah, now this is true. This is hilarious. But Lindsey Graham called Donald Trump a jackass. So Trump got revenge by giving out Lindsey Graham's private phone number. Pundits say this level of maturity is usually limited to student council races. But more on the Trump campaign, Donald Trump's campaign manager is a man named Corey Lewandowski, and he couldn't be more qualified. He used to be a writer for Don Rickles.
Yeah.
Now, you remember the fugitive drug lord, he's still on the loose, El Chapo, the Mexican drug kingpin, has threatened Donald Trump on Twitter. El Chapo also told President Obama to keep up the good work. Yeah, and there's one more Republican in the race. In Ohio, Governor John Kasich announced that he's running for the Republican nomination, posing an immediate threat to Governor Bobby Jindal's hold on last place.
The hash mark presidential candidate for 2016. Now, another former failed presidential candidate is John Kerry, who is now, of course, the Secretary of State. And John Kerry testified before the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, of course, regarding Iran.
Yes, and surprisingly, he did not plead insanity. But I think he should have. But by the way, you might want to program your DVR, Graham, because this Sunday, John Kerry will be on Face the Nation, proving that Face the Nation will accept any face. But, you know, I think this Kerry is, something's wrong with him. He said that Ayatollah Khamenei's vow to defy the U.S. is disturbing. But obviously, Kerry was already disturbed. And this Ayatollah Khamenei, he's a jerk. He was in a mosque in Tehran, and he vowed to pursue anti-U.S. policies. Who does he think he is? President Obama? Yeah, the nerve. And back to Hillary, you know, she supported the Iran nuclear deal, but as president, there is no way that she could stop the Iranians from cheating. She can't even stop Bill from cheating.
Wow, have you looked at her lately? I mean, if I was married to her, I'd start chewing. Never mind. We're done. Benny, as always, thank you. And be careful down on Bourbon Street.